You're also going to get the bronzer and the juicy tubes. And by the way, all of it available for everyone on, oh, what was it, 5 FlexPay? 5 FlexPay payments as well. Well, for me, one of the most important, enjoyable presentations is always when I have the opportunity to spend time with Andrew Lessman. Andrew's vitamins that have literally not just changed the way I feel every single day. I never took a supplement at all before Andrew joined us here at HSN. Well, it's important for me to have my energy and to be focused. Today, for Host Pick, exclusively, Andrew has given me the opportunity to be able to offer you both choices, your Vitamin B12 500 or your Vitamin D3 2000, all of them at Host Pick prices. We'll go over all the specials, the shipping, the flex pay. But thank you so much for joining me, Andrew. How are you?
I'm great, Bobby. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, and I can't thank you enough because, you know, these are not only two of my favorites, obviously huge customer picks is everything you do, but really important this time of year as well.
Well, they're not just your favorites. They're two of the favorites when it comes to doctors making recommendations of a nutrient, a vitamin to supplement. There's about a dozen vitamins out there that are technically, scientifically considered vitamins. And of those two, in years past, it used to be of those vitamins. In years past, it was vitamin C or vitamin E that they were always recommended as supplementing extra amounts. Science and experts have changed their opinion. And in the last decade or so, it's been vitamin D and vitamin B12. And what's unique about our vitamin B12 is that you can actually supplement it orally. Yes. Most B12, you're wasting your money when you put it in a pill and take it and swallow it because it can't be absorbed, it can't benefit you. But ours has been proven to do so.
Exactly. And thank you so much for these incredible values, Andrew. And I'd love to show everyone, if I can, just quickly, first of all, on the vitamin B12, because we have it available today and only for my Host Pick on 4 different choices. You have 60 capsules. Today you're saving $4. The 180 where you're saving $10. The 360 capsules, you're saving $20. The 720, you're saving $40 today. And of course, free shipping and handling. And then, of course, great FlexPay. We have 3 FlexPay payments on your large. And then in terms of the customer picks for again, just starting with your vitamin B12, you have there's 437 reviews. It's like almost 90% of these are 5- and 4-star reviews. And when you go to hsn.com and you read the reviews, you get it. But Andrew, I think about like all of our lives. You know, we're on the go. You know, we're a little bit. We never get probably the rest that we need. We're stressed out. Vitamin B12, it is essential for energy and energy production, isn't it?
Well, vitamin B12 is essential for the functioning of our nervous system. It's essential for the functioning of our energy systems within the cell. It's essential for the transport of oxygen because you require it to make hemoglobin. B12 is an integral part of so many different essential processes in all of our cells, which is why I always say it's sort of the little brother to CoQ10. Yeah. CoQ10 is central to all energetic processes within our body, but B12, no matter how much you deliver in CoQ10, if you don't have adequate levels of B12, you're not going to be able to get the benefits of, say, CoQ10. So B12 is one of those things that when you look at deficiency in our country, vitamin B12 deficiency and vitamin D deficiency are at the very top of the list. So when you take blood tests, and we all frequently hear this, our vitamin D levels are too low, our vitamin B12 levels are too low. There's all sorts of clinical studies that talk about and specifically call out that if there are any 2 vitamins that require specific focus, especially as we get older, it's vitamin B12 and vitamin D, because the consequences of having insufficient levels are very far-reaching, that you do not want to go through your lifetime, especially as you're aging, with inadequate levels of B12 or vitamin D. The consequences are not good.
You know, it's interesting, too, because I went to my physician recently, and that was really the first thing she asked me, are you taking sufficient vitamin D and vitamin B? So you're right. I mean, this is, and I think it's very positive to see that kind of an output from, you know, physicians out there asking and really hoping that we're taking the right amount of levels, and knowing that today that we have the opportunity, thanks to you, to be able to also get, Andrew, that we love everything 100% natural, additive free, you know, gentle to even the most sensitive stomachs, and the opportunity to go to hsn.com and read the reviews, because and I have some of them here too, if you'd like me to share them, Andrew, but the reviews are phenomenal. 4.8 stars on the D3.
On the, you know, the D3 and B12, I think if you just look at positive reviews, I think they're 95% or higher positive reviews. I think they're about 90% 5-star reviews, which is, I mean, I always say this, that even the best foods and the best restaurants or the best movies, they're lucky to have 50 or 60% 5-star reviews. And we're talking about two products here with about 90% 5-star reviews, which I think speaks volumes, not just about how different they are, but that they actually make a difference in your life, that you actually feel a difference when you take them. And it's interesting. I've been offering extra vitamin D for decades. I've emphasized the importance of vitamin D. It's only been in the last 5 years that sort of the rest of the world has embraced it. But if someone read the science, which is what I do all the time, they would have known, just as I did 3 decades ago, that vitamin D was important. I've been putting extra vitamin D in my products since 1979, for 36 years. And anyone who's been using my product has been benefiting from the fact that I've been reading the science all those years.
Exactly. And then, and even to that point, like, this is the vitamin D3 2000. And actually, Andrew, I'm showing everyone again, it's important for you to know, it's sort of like I have two host picks here. So you have the 60 capsules in the vitamin D3, you're saving $4. The 180, you're saving $7. The 360, you're saving $15. The 720, you're saving $30 today. And of course, flex pay available. And then what we love is that you have a full 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. And we go back to the reviews, because when you have the opportunity, and I will share some, to read the reviews, I love it. We talk about the fact, Andrew, that your products continue to sell out, even when you're not here. We miss you, but the products are always selling out, and that those reviews, when we talk about 95% perfect reviews, they're totally unsolicited. I mean, and we don't, you know, they're all there, right? We don't just keep the good ones. I mean, all of the reviews are there.
I think that folks are so genuinely surprised how much of a difference these products make in their lives that they feel compelled to offer reviews. I mean, we have, on all of my products, I think we have in excess of 40,000 reviews now. That we have products with, we have dozens of products with hundreds of reviews, if not thousands of reviews. Like, these products have hundreds of reviews each. So you're not talking about 5 or 10 reviews. You're talking about hundreds of reviews. And these are products that are tiny capsules, so they will be easy to swallow. Anyone can swallow them. They will not upset your stomach. You can even open them and sprinkle the powder into a smoothie, yogurt, oatmeal, applesauce, whatever you wanted. So it's an incredibly flexible dose. They're 100% pure. There are no additives whatsoever. Our B12 is absolutely unique in that it's orally absorbable, that you could take it orally, and what used to have to be a B12 injection, you don't need B12 injections. You could show this product to your doctor. Your doctor could read the label, understand the technology, and understand that B12 can be delivered orally today. There are opportunities to achieve that. And so whether you're seeking more energy that B12 would support, or whether, and even vitamin D, muscle contraction, a risk of falling as we become older, or if you're just an athlete, most Americans are deficient in vitamin D and insufficient in vitamin D if they don't supplement. And that affects our physical performance. That's why it results in an increased risk of falling as we get older if we don't have adequate D, because it is required for muscle contraction. So both of these ingredients, they're unbelievably affordable. Today, I think we're talking about, in the large size, $0.10 a capsule. So they're so affordable. And taking 1 capsule a day of each of these products, and mind you, the vitamin D 2000, that's at a special price for the 1,000. So you're getting double the quantity at the 1,000 price. So
right. I didn't even realize that. You're right, Andrew.
So it's just an exceptional opportunity to do. Most people take vitamins and all they get is disappointed. Mm-hmm. All they find is no difference, or an upset stomach, or hard tablets that can't be swallowed, these horse pills. But you'll take my products, they will be easy to swallow, and anyone who uses them knows this experience. They'll be easy to swallow, they won't upset your stomach, and all they deliver are the benefits that you seek. And as Bobby, as you said, there's a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, which I always emphasize, which is surprising because my products have the lowest return rate of any products at HSN.
Think about, I mean, and the products that make the most difference. You know, I always say, you know, we can shop here, you buy clothes, jewelry, makeup, whatever, but your products have an impact on how we feel every day of our lives. And I have to just jump in and say the 720, no surprise here, because it always is on fire. And our 720, again, by the way, limited quantity, because Andrew gave me this just for Host Pick today. You're saving $30 in the D3, but remember, again, as we said, this is the Vitamin D 2000, not the Vitamin D 1000. So another point about that, you know, instead of taking two pills, you're taking one. And also, I want to mention there are almost 1,000 reviews on that Vitamin D, making that a customer pick. $40 off on the large size of the 720. We're shipping them all to you for free, that you have an opportunity. I mean, this is a huge, huge opportunity for everyone, and so important.
Because those large bottles are heavy bottles. There's 720 capsules in each. And again, that's a dime a capsule. Gosh. I think empty capsules can cost almost that much. And if Bobby, if you could show everyone the capsules, they're tiny little capsules. They're really teeny little capsules, so they're incredibly easy to swallow. There's 100% pure. There's no additives in the product whatsoever, just beneficial ingredients. And it's a product that's going to deliver. And at that price, and then you add in the shipping, the free shipping and handling. It's a great opportunity, and I'm thrilled that, Bobby, you chose my product, and you chose two of the absolute most important products that any expert or doctor would recommend if you're going to supplement something. Because, mind you, with my B12, you're getting a full B complex. And with my vitamin D, you're also getting a bonus of calcium and magnesium. So these combined are sort of like a mini multivitamin. So you're really getting a comprehensive formula here.
Thank you so much, and it's funny you say that, because that was exactly what I said. I said I wanted these two because these are, for me, the most important, and you're right, all the research that's out there. So we have a clock that is already up on the screen. We have about 10 minutes. I'd love to share some reviews, but, you know, and very, very limited. We're almost sold out of the 720. But it's funny, Andrew, like I have the B12 in my finger. You can't even see it. I mean, the capsule is so tiny. Look at this. And then even the vitamin D3, look, I mean, easy to swallow. And as I walk over, I'd love to share some of the reviews, because this is always the most enjoyable part, Andrew.
And I always encourage someone to read the reviews at hsn.com, because I could talk about the science, but the reviews really talk about the transformational effect these products can have on people's lives, that these are two nutrients that most of us walk around having insufficient amounts. So when you get them delivered properly, the differences are absolutely surprising. Most people are astounded, and when you read the reviews, that's what comes through.
It does. And the other great thing about these, Andrew, these are really feel the difference products. So I have one here. We'll start with the vitamin D3. Wish I'd known about D3 10 years ago. Wow. I just cannot believe how great I feel now that I've added vitamin D3 to my daily vitamin intake. A few days after I started taking it, I noticed such a positive change in moods that I looked up the benefits of vitamin D3 on a few health-oriented websites and found that vitamin D3 is credited with boosting moods. Sure do wish I'd known that 10 years ago. By taking vitamin 3, not only am I doing something great for my health, but I'm also improving my personal happiness. We all love that, right?
and that's, interestingly enough, when they talk about the seasonally affective depression disorder, SADS, when you're in the northern latitudes in the winter when you don't get much sunlight, a lot of that is attached to the effects of vitamin D, also the effects of light. But the one thing about vitamin D that has been shown in study after study after study, if you map vitamin D levels against mood, you'll find that the group of people with the best mood are the group of people with the healthiest vitamin D levels. The groups of people with the least healthy moods are the people with the lower vitamin D levels. And as far as vitamin D receptors in our brain, most people don't realize that the highest concentration of vitamin D receptors in our brain are in the most important, highest functioning areas of our brain. So in terms of the aging brain, in terms of mood, vitamin D is an absolutely foundational component to having a healthy aging brain, healthy mood, not just healthy skeleton, not just healthy muscles, not just a healthy cardiovascular system. So it is central to our aging and having a quality life as we age.
You know, it's interesting, too, because I thought about that earlier today, and I thought the impact of, of this elongated bad weather, drab weather up north, and then it has to have an impact on people and how you, again, in your mood and how you feel every single day.
And most people think, it's cloudy out, it's rainy,
Right.
I'm in a bad mood. No, there's actually biochemical and physiological reasons behind it. So, and it's hard to move through life, as I said before, in terms of health consequences. Someone moving through life with low vitamin D levels, which basically all Americans do if they don't supplement, that has consequences. Yeah. And that's why I've emphasized on television for 25 years, I've emphasized that we should all know our vitamin D level. Just like we know our blood pressure and our blood cholesterol, we should know our vitamin D level. And now that test, it's taken a quarter of a century, but now that test is a standard test that if you read the reviews on vitamin D, you'll see folks are saying that their doctor tested their vitamin D levels and they're now healthy. And even with other supplements, they couldn't get them to a healthy level. They took mine and they achieved their healthy level. And 2,000 is really a perfect number. I say we should never be at less than 1,000. I take about 4,000 a day, so 2,000 is a good amount to add to a multivitamin because you'll then be about 3,000 to 4,000.
Awesome. So by the way, here's who we are, just to share with everyone. I have only 300 left in the 720 large size of your vitamin D3. So there's only like 300 left there. And keep in mind, incredible savings on both. The B12 also, I think we have only about 500 left. Down to 400 only remaining in the 720. And, I'm going to jump over because I'd love to also just put in the front one of the reviews for the vitamin B12, Andrew.
Sure, and B12 is one of those things in terms of energy level, quality of life, really participating in life. You can't expect to be a healthy participant in life if you're moving through the world with inadequate levels of B-complex, especially B12. And most of us don't get adequate B12, not even close, in our daily diet.
So here's a great one, too. It says, no more shots. Thank you, Andrew. I've been taking B12 shots as my body just depletes B vitamins. So the doctor said I couldn't try your formula since he said I could try your formula since he liked how it released past the stomach. And it's working. A big thank you. I have good energy. The B12 supplements are working better for me than the shots. What a game changer in my health needs. Thank you, Andrew, for caring so much about people and for producing good products. Due to your Iron Plus and Essential One, I have my best blood work in some time. May God bless you and your family. But you know what? When we do feel better, it affects everything in your entire life. And I specifically, of the two choices today, the D3, the B12, the values that you're getting are incredible. And Andrew, as I mentioned, your products sell out on .com. They're always customer picks without these specials. So when you can save like $40 and $30, it's huge.
No, these are like today's special savings that would have typically been a today's special in the past with this kind of savings. And when it comes to B12, that review talked about injections of B12. And for decades, that was the only way to get B12. It isn't available orally. It's not something that can be absorbed orally. But there is a change, and if you protect the B12 as we do, it's been scientifically proven to be absorbable. So it's not something that other companies are doing with their B12 because it's so costly. But look at that, 500 micrograms, which is a huge dose of vitamin B12, and it's still about a dime a capsule. Even in the smallest try me size, it's barely 15 cents a capsule. So you could get both of these products, and you'd be talking about less than 20 cents a capsule, and 20 cents a day getting both products. And even if you took each one every other day, so it was only going to be a dime a day, you will be astounded at the difference it could make, because these are ingredients that sadly are lacking in the American diet, very, very sadly.
And you know what's so amazing and so important also about these two? There's no question. I mean, you can get them home. You can go and have your energy levels checked, right? So your D and your B, so you can really see, and like I said again, exactly the difference that they're making.
And that's what you, again, read in the reviews, is
Yes.
that where other supplements have struggled to move the B12 level or the vitamin D level, they get our product, and it changes their level, and their doctors are thrilled. And it's really important to read those reviews, because people are generally more inclined to leave a negative review than a positive review. And to think, again, that these products, the positive reviews, 4 and 5 stars, are about 95% of the reviews, makes, again, a clear statement of what you can expect when you get these important essential nutrients home.
Absolutely, and I'd love to share just a couple more reviews if you can. So here's one for your vitamin D3, and in caps, this is the best vitamin D3 out there. Wow, we will never be without this wonderful vitamin. Everyone I come across, I tell them how extremely important this vitamin is, and that Andrew Lessman is just the best. Thanks, Andrew, and keep up the great work. We read this one a lot online.
Yeah, I mean, the reviews over and over, and one of the things they always tend to state is that if they wish they had tried the product sooner, of course, and then if they might forget to reorder, or they're waiting for a special occasion like today to order, and they run out before a special occasion, they'll order something from their store just temporarily, and they notice just a tremendous difference, that the product just doesn't work, just doesn't deliver the way mine did. And that's because ours are really designed to work. It's not just the claim on the label that counts, it's what is it going to do in your body, and that's where all our energy goes to. We make these products entirely ourselves. Most vitamin companies make nothing. We make these ourselves. We make them entirely with solar energy. For every bottle that, we always do this, for every bottle that every person's going to order today, we'll donate 2 bottles of prenatal vitamins to a needy mother somewhere in the world, either here in America or somewhere else in the world. So we're responsible with making a product that you will love, that will change your life, and also making sure that we help others who need a change in their life as well, and doing it responsibly, entirely with solar energy.
Oh, and again, I just opened that little capsule so everyone can see. Look at this. I mean, next in like powder, immediately absorbs. Andrew, thank you so much. Thousands are calling. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to call, too.
It's my pleasure. I'm always excited. I get a little overly excited talking about these products, but thanks for letting me do so, Bobby. I appreciate it.
And tomorrow night, you're going to be back as well, right? Via site. Okay.
I'll be back. Okay.
Thank you so much, honey. Have a beautiful day.
Oh,
and
you too, Bobby.
We love Andrew being here. Let me just tell you that we have upwards of 1,000 people that are still calling, so stay right where you are, and we'll let you know when we are sold out, but the largest sizes are almost completely gone. I have 100 left in the 720 count of the B12. And then in the vitamin D3, we have about 250 only remaining there. So absolutely stay where you are, because you don't want to miss this.